And it's going to go a long way up into the stand.
Well, the first T20I was an extremely gripping one to watch. The second T20I, there's a lot at stake, especially for Afghanistan. They're one zip down in this three T20I series. All the action will be brought to you live from Sharjah Cricket Stadium. The ground is nicely filling up. There's more presence of the crowds. And so I'm sure there'll be support. There's always support for Bangladesh. There'll be more support tonight for Afghanistan as well. Right, it's a three T20I series, and then we move on to ODI series, 8th, 11th, 14th, the last ODI match here in Sharjah. Yeah, we know that Afghanistan will have to make it count tonight. And it's going to be a tough gig because they almost had the better of Bangladesh in the middle phase of the innings and then lost the plot in the last part of the innings. So it was a seesaw battle of supremacy. And in the end, it was Bangladesh who held their nerve, held their own, and won a tightly fought contest. So at the toss, it was Bangladesh who called it correctly and elected to field. The two sides first. Afghanistan out Ishaq, Sharfuddin and Farid. In comes Saifuddin. In fact, for Bangladesh, Saifuddin and Sharful Islam are the two changes they're in. Tanzim and Taskeen are out of the playing 11. So Afghanistan 151 for the loss of 9. Gurbaz was in his elements, played a fluent innings of 40 of 31. Some nice shots. He had a set plan to continue rollicking the opposition and got out just at the wrong time when it was looking extremely fruitful for Afghanistan. Mohammad Nabi also was a star attraction for Afghanistan. He always is. Let's listen what he has to say just before the game.
Navi, thank you for joining us. Once again, flourish with the bat. 4 sixes, 38 of 25. How are you enjoying yourself?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So far enjoying because when I go to the bat, there's a lot of pressure inside in the crease as well. 4-5 wickets down, and then build your partnership with other batsmen and hits a few balls in the end to put a good total on the board. This is my aim. Always try my best to do in the batting.
Well, there's been some concern. 3 losses on the trot for Afghanistan. How does the camp look? And you're thinking about bouncing back, hopefully sealing the series?
Yeah, it's disappointing to lose 3 back-to-back T20 games. Still, we try our best to make a good combination for the winning, and we try our best. The environment was good. Still, players and the team are looking forward for the win as well, and hopefully we do today.
Well, absolutely, that's the wish. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
There'll always be support for Afghanistan. They've come in large numbers tonight, and Afghanistan would need their support to make it 1-1. Right, what is Bangladesh camp thinking right now? Let's have a listen. It's Tanzim with an interview.
Sanzi, thanks so much for joining us. 1-0 up in the series, mainly thanks to that 109-run opening partnership. Talk to me about how much you enjoy batting with Parvez Hussain.
Yeah, yes, obviously I enjoyed because that was very important to build a partnership wicket like that, because in the, wicket like that they are isn't easy to bat. We are trying to assess the wicket and play accordingly.
You spend a lot of time opening the batting with him, coming up through the youth ranks. It's something you really enjoy, the two left-handers working well together?
Yes, we enjoyed in the middle. I think our communication is really well in the middle, in the wicket. I think it will help us.
The team looks in a very happy place under Phil Simmons, and there's a lot of good things happening for Bangladesh right now. Confident of a series victory. Can you seal it tonight?
Yes, obviously. Most importantly, we enjoyed the game, and we are trying to continue this process. And from the team management, there is lots of freedom to us. And I think if we enjoy in the middle, then it will be very easy for us.
We're enjoying watching you bat. Best of luck this evening.
Yeah, thank you.
Hit the nail on the head. The bottom line is you've got to enjoy this contest. You've got to enjoy what you produce, what you play for. Obviously, you play for honors, but at the end of the day, it's how happy you are playing this sport. They did extremely well, Bangladesh, because they didn't buckle down. The pressure that was exerted by Rashid Khan with the ball, he picked up 4 wickets in no time to derail the progress of Bangladesh and almost won the game for Afghanistan. It's a tight game, but they need to bat well tonight, Afghanistan. Emmet Fidai here with me. Emmet, the first 6 overs are going to be critical for Afghanistan with the bat.
Good evening, Ramesh. Good evening, everyone, and morning, afternoon, wherever from you are joining us. Absolutely. The power play always is important in the T20 eyes. If you can capitalize in the first 6 overs when you have the field restrictions, you certainly can pocket 70% of the game.
Highly talented and extremely well rated is Sadiqullah Atal. Left-hander and almost a permanent fixer now for Afghanistan at the top of the order. Ibrahim Zadran is a class act. Very correct. Fundamentals are good. And he's got a record to show for his potential. Shariful Islam now, look out for that in-swinging slant that he gets with the new ball. Didn't play the last game. Field is set. 4 men in the ring on the offside. He's been given a slip as well. Fine fielder up in the circle. They've got a square leg fielder, probably for that flick shot or the pull shot. There we go then. Start of the second T20. Straight away, some shake away from the left-hander's off stump.
It's a very important game for Afghanistan. Keeping the series alive, it's important that Afghanistan managed to win this to give some life into this series. Remember, it's 3 matches, T20I series between Afghanistan and Bangladesh, and Afghanistan losing the first one will be desperate to bounce back. There have been 3 losses on the trot in the Asia Cup against Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, and now the first match they lost. You get the chance to see the players before the match, and Sadiqullah Atal saying maybe I will be playing a good innings. Well, he promised. The Afghan fans would be hoping, but the Bangladesh will want early wicket.
Down the pitch, it's kind of a pitch where you can do this. Create your own angles, attack the faces before it gets just a little bit rough against spin.
Yeah, well, and also opening the account, that feeling. In his previous 17 innings, Sadiqullah Atal has only got duck once, and that was against Bangladesh. Nasum got him out in the Asia Cup just a little earlier. So that thing will be out of your mind now. Ibrahim Zadran facing the strike and will be thinking about first open in his account.
The adjustments been made. A field has been taken away from the off, put at mid-wicket. That's for the in-swinging angle that he gets. Wrong line and put away for 4. I think it's probably leg byes, or is it bit of bat as well? It's 4 runs.
And the last thing you want is if you put bat to it and the umpire adjudicates that as a bye. Yeah, big piece of that. Bat involved in this boundary. Ibrahim Zadran opens his account as well. That's a good start for Afghanistan. It's a very important game in the context of this T20I series between Bangladesh and Afghanistan.
Izzatullah Safi is the on-field umpire for tonight's game. He's got Ahmed Shah as his partner. Ahmed Durrani. Very Clint Eastwood-like hat. Graham Lebroy, the match referee. Ahmed Bakhtin is the TV umpire. Yeah, except for that leg stump line which went for 4, otherwise it is a very good start by the left arm. 5 without a wicket.
Three changes for Afghanistan. Wafiullah Tarahil make his debut for Afghanistan. Abdullah Ahmadzai, on the back of brilliance in the domestic Shpagiza Creed League, is playing his second T20I, and Mujibur Rahman has been added. You can't leave him out, can you? It's good that you have the services of Mujibur Rahman with the new ball, and you probably will not need him to come and bat down the order. Nasum Ahmed, he's been brilliant against Afghanistan, will bowl with the new ball.
Down the track, and it's a lovely straight hit for 4. There usually is no spin on the ball from Nasum. He's so accurate and hits that hard length, but it was extremely well read and executed.
Yeah, well, the man has made a promise, remember, coming down the track and is playing with positive intent straight away.
Quite amazing how T20Is have changed gear from pacers at both ends to at least one spinner from one end, and there are a lot of great spinners that can bowl superbly with the new ball. Nasum is one of them. Mujib, obviously, Ghazanfar of Afghanistan as well, to go with Mujib. I remember for Pakistan, it was Mohammad Hafiz who used to bowl with the new ball and had the better of most left-handers. But this is an art because it takes a different kind of a mindset, skill level, and how you grip the new ball, and plus bowl when the field is in. Fly it and go straight to the fielder. An extra fielder now employed on the offside.
Well, it's a tactic that teams have been using. I remember Asghar Afghan. Allowing Mujib to bowl with the new ball. 2016-17, and that's where from I've seen that strength. And that's how Nasum Ahmed got the better of Ibrahim Zadran in the previous match. His game is to keep it down the ground. That's the kind of a game that he should be playing, I believe. That time going for a Rory shot, I believe, lost his wicket. Ball 2 kept a little low in the previous match.
What Nasim needs to do is to just vary his angles from the crease point. He goes wider of the crease, almost delivery after delivery. And that, for experienced hand, becomes just a little bit predictable. Going wider of the stumps, and it's how he bowls actually. Every delivery, he bowls like that. 13 without a wicket. It's a good start, 13 without a wicket. They need to keep wickets in hand. I think that is where Afghanistan went horribly wrong in the first contest, where they lost wickets in a cluster, and that meant that the flow of the innings was halted.
That's one area both teams will have to look at. Bangladesh was nothing behind them. 6 wickets for 9 runs in the middle was a disaster as well for Bangladesh. And I'm sure they will have looked back at that and will say, all right, we cannot just repeat the same thing again.
I think they probably played the situation and got bogged down and lost a bit of clarity in the process. Look for rhythm, and these singles are such a good product of maintaining that rhythm. He'll always get a little bit of shape with the new ball. He's got a lovely wrist position. His in-swinging slant is extremely beneficial and impactful.
It's not so many left-handers that can do that, bring the ball back into the right-handers. That's an advantage if you have it as a fast bowler.
Slow ball, I think a slow bouncer didn't really get onto the batsman at a normal pace. It died on its way to the keeper.
Well, Sidiqulat in previous occasions have gotten out to the slower deliveries. In the Tri-Nation, Harith Rauf got him out, and I heard some noise. It's lucky it didn't carry. I think there was a faint, or maybe not. And you got to be very careful. And that's where from you got to have to be very alert. Watch the ball from the hand and see if you can read the variations that the bowlers have in their armory.
Oh, that's a beauty. Squared him up. Once again, that nice shape away from left-handers off stump. Enough to beat him.
And the nod tells you that he acknowledges it as well. That is well bowled. He was expecting that one to come, and that just shaped a little bit away from him. Enough to beat him, not enough to get just a faint edge into the gloves. Sometimes you think this is a cruel game, right? You do everything right, and you still do not get the result.
Doing the right thing by covering the stumps, because that's the angle he's going to carry on working on, that off-stump angle. There's no harm in playing dots up front. You'll get the value of shots on this surface. You'll recover the scoring rate as well. It's a benign pitch as far as bowlers are concerned, unless you're dead set on harming yourself. A lot of runs to be had.
It's important you keep your composure and don't get carried away.
Yeah, fiddling with that line. It's an excellent over. Beautifully bowled. 14 without a wicket. Number 9 and number 10 at each other.
Bit some competition between these two back in 2024, the game that they won against Bangladesh.
That's an excellent shot because there is this angle for the batsman to try the sweep shot and didn't try to overhit it. It was all about timing and finding the placement.
Yeah, and playing it safe, keeping it down the ground as well and picking it from the outside the off stump. So the LBW is out of equation and is playing it safe. That is cricket. So again, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, kind of some games between them been very historic. Almost taking the umpire along with him to the boundary.
No timing on that occasion. Well, he'll continue to hit the hard length because that's his bowling plan. That's a good one.
So, just to complete my point, Afghanistan had to defeat Bangladesh in 2024 to make it to the semi-final by the barest of margins. Afghanistan made sure that they defeat Bangladesh, whereas for Bangladesh, it was possible if they had to chase that down in quick time. Then in the Asia Cup, the competition in Afghanistan, if had defeated Bangladesh, would have made to Super 4 and could not. It's been some kind of a rivalry, some kind of good competition between these two teams.
It's a good comeback after being hit for a 4. Afghanistan, after 4, 19 without a wicket.
Always nip and tuck between these two. Very keenly contested rivalry between two sides who continue to rise up the world rankings and continue to be threats at major events. Both will be threats coming up next year in India and Sri Lanka. As one of the changes to the team, Saifuddin comes in as I wish good evening and a warm welcome to Parvez Maharouf. How are you, my friend?
Hello, Andrew. Hello, everyone. A steady start so far for Afghanistan. Mohammad Saifuddin pulling his first over. One of the two changes made by Bangladesh, resting the two fast bowlers, Tanzim and Taskin, bringing in Shariful and Saifuddin, which will strengthen the batting, being Saifuddin being an all-rounder.
Too many dots for Afghanistan's liking, you would suspect, here in the power play. It's an area they've had problems in recent times. Gurbaz has been dropped down to number 3 from his usual opening slots. I like the left-hand, right-hand combination to combat Nassim Ahmed in particular, but not where they would like to be. Only 20 in the 5th.
15 dot deliveries in 4.2 overs is a bit too much to my liking. I like the fact they're playing 5 proper batters. The Tarakil, the debutant due to come at 5, Rasuli at 4, and the experienced Gurbaz at 3, and then you got the 3 all-rounders in Omar Zai, Mohammad Nabi, Rashid Khan, Then comes the three bowlers. So I feel it's a much better balanced side, but probably lacking a bit of confidence. How looking at how Siddiqui Lathal and Ibrahim Zadran going about their business, just taking the cautious measure rather than going the usual Afghanistan way, which is to go hammer and tongs in the power play. That's what pressure can do to you in a must-win game.
Pretty well bowled. Saw Siddiqui Lathal give himself some room, so threw it away out towards the guideline. There's no doubt there is some pressure as well. You can kind of sense it around the camps. Afghanistan in recent times been so good at finding so many glorious moments for the nation. Rarest of things, some back-to-back defeats of late.
They just have to get things right. Since the Asia Cup, probably the confidence would have dealt a bit being out of the competition in the first round, but they still got the stars to perform and make sure the country does puzzle. Change the field, Hituka drops back, and third match comes in.
Really good first over this one. Usually we see in a power play when a side is wicketless, fifth and sixth overs are ones that they target.
Saifuddin is an experienced man. Lots of cricket in the domestic. Whenever he has gotten an opportunity in international cricket, it's very hard for him to get an opportunity when you have the likes of Tanzim, Taskin, Shariful, all these bowlers performing well. The rotation policy at the moment with Taskin and Tanzim having a rest today shows the depth of fast bowlers what Bangladesh has in their armory. They got Nahid, Rana, Hassan, Mahmood, all these bowlers waiting in their wings.
Misses out Ibrahim Zadran. It's a very tight over. A good one from Saifuddin. 22 for none. There's that squad balance or playing 11 balance that you were talking about for as the 5, 8 and 8 batters, including someone who's going to take the gloves. Most likely Gurbaz, you'd imagine. He didn't hit him last night. As Mustafiz Rahman will bowl sixth. Bangladesh fans who are probably outnumbering the Afghan fans potentially right now give a big, big cheer to one of their very favoured cricketers. He was very good last night again.
Certainly in their numbers. Tiger supporters, their voices, certainly they are the happiest side at the moment. They've started well in the power play, just conceding 22 runs in 5.1 overs. It's Mustafiz, one of the experienced bowlers in the world, bowling the last two in the power play.
Much more like it. Beautiful use of the feet and right out of the screws. He's technically very correct, but he also has power to burn, and it's the first maximum of the evening.
A shot of desperation here. So many dot deliveries. Been quiet both these batters for a while. Ibrahim Zadran, when he's in a full song, he can do this. Lovely hit. The angle was going away from the right-hander. Picked it up beautifully for a 69-meter hit over mid-wicket.
And again, back-to-back, much more like it for Afghanistan. They need to cash in the final over the fielding restrictions, and 10 from 2 deliveries helps that total.
This is an even better stroke as far as I'm concerned. On the up, through the offside, beautiful head position, lovely swing of the bat. I don't think anything wrong with the delivery by Mustafiz. Just the back of the length delivery, which this demands to ask the bowlers to bowl back of the length. When the batsman plays quality strokes like that, just take your hat off and say, well done.
Goes to the cutter. Because of the immediate call, they will get through for the single. It looked like a frustrated Jonathan Trott there. Good skills from the Fizz, showing that off cutter, taking the pace off.
Never in doubt. 6 and a 4 followed by a cutter by Fizz. He has bamboozled many a batter around the world. The new ball with the older ball. Tried and tested. And I think in a surface which was used yesterday as well, that's going to be a big weapon for Mustafiz in the death overs. 2 deliveries left in the power play. What sort of a game plan will Sadiqul Atal has? Probably he will target as well with mid-on, mid-off, both in the circle as well as mid-wicket. Anything full, I reckon he will not be shy to go aerial.
Protection out there. When you're not taking wickets in the power play, you just want things to be kept tight. And Bangladesh did that so well up until this 6th and final over. Will Afghanistan be pleased with this start? Will they back themselves with all those wickets in hand today that they didn't have yesterday to get up to a better total tonight?
Pretty sure that they would have planned last evening or this morning to somehow get to 150, 160. If they get that we saw in the middle overs in the Bangladesh innings yesterday, Bangladesh has the tendency of losing wickets back to back, playing aggressive cricket. And with the 4 spinners off the side, you can do that. In the air, I think it carried it. Saif Hassan at square leg for a second is in the game. I think it will go down as a missed chance. Another power play, 35 for no loss.
I think you're right, Farvez. I think that's carried a big moment in the contest. As Ibrahim Zadran is someone who can anchor this innings, bat all the way through it. He's just been given a life. We'll have a look in a moment. For me, that carried 18 dots in the power play. It's exactly half of the deliveries that they have faced. Just probably 10 dots too many, or 8 at least, for Jonathan Trott's liking. End of the power play will be signalled. Jakar Ali, who has his hands full, keeping wicket, captaining the side for the first time in a full series. He'll have 5 fielders outside the 30-yard circle that he's allowed to work with. He immediately drops them all back, as we so often see. His good running gets them back for 2.
The last ball of the previous over. Not timed, not placed well by Ibrahim. Saif Hassan, unfortunately, will go down as a chance. Never easy diving forward, but at this level, you expect fielders saving the boundary, especially the ones that are playing as batters. Take it. Can that be costly?
Definitely takeable, wasn't it? It would have maybe just swung the balance of that power play towards the side that are 1-0 up in the series. Have a look at the best of the power play. There's a few boundaries, a few nice strokes, and immediate aggression. The left-handed batter, Siddiqullah, against the left-arm spinner. It was only the 6th over that the boundaries started to come more regularly. Couple flourish, maybe it was a Zadran, and in that moment of fortune, where he could well have been dismissed as a wife, he'll be desperate to cash in on that, as the men in blue look to square the series this evening. Tended to see the economy rates for the seamers be higher. Who are Afghanistan looking to target in this Bangladesh bowling lineup this evening?
I mean, they got playing 5 proper bowlers with Saifuddin, who's bowling the second over. Sharifu, Mustafiz, Rishad Hussain yet to bowl. And Nasir Mahmood has been super form. So having the balance of being aggressive as well as looking for singles and try and get 7 to 8 runs per over, it's going to be important. Have that balanced mindset. Though is a call. I think they will be quite happy with this, just a single. And also, this is a new approach by Afghanistan. Gone are the years where they had plenty of all-rounders in the side as batters who can bowl a bit, the likes of Gulbuddin Naib, Karim Janat, and those are the players being replaced by Al-Khail. This is a great opportunity for the youngsters coming into the side. 5 batters, 3 all-rounders and 3 bowlers. So I reckon going forward, with all the troubles they've had in the middle order, this probably be the way forward.
What they have this evening, Farvez, is a platform. They've got some stability from the 2 openers. They're unbroken out there in 41. They just need to keep an eye on the overs column, and they don't want to run out of assets in terms of balls to work with in this first innings.
And also looking at the broader picture, so many players to choose from, isn't it? Ulbuddin Naim, one of the match winner on his day, Karim Janat as well. All these players having the set of players who are inside at the moment, and the players who are back in Kabul. I mean, they will be vying for the spot for the World Cup coming up. That's the goal for anybody who will be a part of the World Cup side. 7 overs done, 42 for no loss.
We've got 17 of the 20 sides that will travel to India and Sri Lanka next year for that T20 World Cup you're just mentioning, Farvez. 2 of them we found out yesterday. We'll have to come back to that, as Rashad Hussain is going to come into the attack here. Both Namibia and Zimbabwe sealed their spots down in Harare yesterday. Of course, Bangladesh got all the way to the Super 8s in USA and the Caribbean last year. And what about Afghanistan, that historic first ever semi-final appearance? Both of the sides, with the depths of talent and the directions in which they're travelling, may even look to improve upon that. We'll also find out the final 3 qualifiers next week there in Muscat, the Asia EAP qualifier. It's lining up to be a really good tournament, isn't it?
Newcomers, Italy. Yeah, some team that I'm looking forward to watch. Captain by Joe Burns, a former Australian. Certainly, it's a tournament that the entire world will be watching for. India and Sri Lanka, the month of February, usually quite hot, and the pitches are good for batting. This is excellent hit. Coming down the track, the first ball. Siddiqul Athal faces off Rashad Hussain, dispatches it over long on for a mighty hit.
Just wonder, will it be Rashad Hussain, the one they will target? Went for 33 last night. Did pick up 2 wickets. Good option. If you're confident it's going to be the leg break, get to the pitch of the ball, then you just need to extend your arms through it. Very well played. A good flourish down the ground for 6. His first. Tries to repeat the dose. Repeatedly does. Back-to-back maximums. Targeting the leg spinner. And much more like it from Afghanistan. The 50 comes up in grand style.
2 full by Rashad. First one coming down the track. The second was a loopy leg spinner right in the hitting half for Siddiqul Athal. Yesterday we saw Rashid Khan, the other leg spinner from Afghanistan. His legs were quite shorter, skidding on. And that's what Sergeant pitch craves as a leg spinner. That was too slow and too full by Rashad, given the proper treatment.
He hasn't timed this one. Should generate a catching opportunity. And it's taken. 6-6 and now out. Just as Afghanistan get going, it's a bit of a giveaway from Siddiqul Athal. Looking for 3 consecutive 6s, doesn't get anywhere near it.
Much better length. The first 2 6s, the length was fuller, slightly short on this occasion. Going for the glory. The third 6, and Parvez Hossein Imam runs yesterday. A safe catch to dismiss Siddiqul Athal. Very good contribution, 23 of 19. It's 55 for 1.
Well, action aplenty from the first over of wrist spin this evening. Rashad Hussain, club for back-to-back sixes, then dismisses Siddiqullah Talat. Will bring this man, Ramanullah Gurbaz, to the crease.
A much better length. That was a googly attempted as well by Rashad. Probably Siddiqullah did not make the googly. Certainly a good catch. Good comeback. Rashad Hussain has the last laugh.
The change of angle was a factor as well, wasn't it? Coming over the wickets instead of angling in and into that heading arc. Does well.
Yeah, spot on, Lenny. Good pick. 2 sixes round the wicket ball over the wicket. The length was perfect.
$55 for one.
Afghanistan put into bed 55 for 1, just losing the wicket of Siddiq. Set better, Terry Singh. That's a short ball. Agitation again. Saw a couple of runouts yesterday as well in the first T20 international. Slower bouncer. In the commentary box on Devinder with me is Ramesh Raja.
Hello, Devinder. Hello, everyone. Yes, it's a good ploy, the shorter stuff. In T20 eyes, at times, batsmen are not ready to read that length, and though they go hard invariably, and so there are 2 catches there at mid-wicket and square leg, so not a bad length at all.
2 batters who open together for Afghanistan more often than not. They're experimenting with right and left hand combination. Excellent delivery. Hits the deck, gets the ball to bounce, and some movement of the surface as well. Sorry, full.
He must not get out, Ibrahim. He's batting on 32 of 30 balls. He's a set article out there. He's lost his partner in the last over, so he's got to just calm down a little bit. There's so many runs to be have on this surface. Look to play out 20 overs. His brief has got to be simple. Stay out there right till the end. Be the support, be the pillar.
This opens up and drives for a single. Risky single taken with someone who's got the ability to accelerate at the end. You remember that innings against Australia in the Champions Trophy?
What a knock that was. He's a brilliant batsman against all bowling attacks in the world. Gurbaz has got to just calm down as well, because he runs like hell between the wickets. So at times when he doesn't get it right, his partner's got no chance of making it.
It's extraordinary because Gurbaz and Ibrahim, they've been batting together from under 16 level. Nicely turned away for a single. Strike rotation. Need to consolidate this innings from here onwards. leg by signal.
Rashid Khan at the toss did mention about the importance of not losing wickets up front so that they can go for the kill in the later part of the innings. And so far, so good. I think the plan is not to be rash. Make sure you play the middle phase as intelligently as possible without losing steam. And then go hard in the last 4 or 5 with wickets intact.
Going to come back for the second once again. Bit of miscommunication between the two batters. Excellent strokes. Slight change in line as well, close to the off stump.
Yeah, change at the angle of the blade as well. But these young kids think like that. 2 sixes obviously did not really do his DNA a lot of satisfaction. His appetite for 6 hitting was still there, and so in the end he perished.
Excellent delivery to finish the over. He's been brilliant, sorryful. None for 8 in 3 overs. 9 gone, 58 for 1. Sharp to continue with slip in position. Pushes through the offside. Should be going back for 2. Gurbaz is a very, very attacking player against the spin bowlers. When it comes to taking the attacking options, taking down the spinners, he can do it straight away. Slight change in field, asking the fielder at the short thread to go slightly square. Beautifully bowled, slow through the air.
I know for a fact that Mushtaq Ahmed has been working extremely closely with the leggy, and well, the time that we have to chat before the game, his emphasis or his brief to the leggy is that, you know, it doesn't matter if you've been go for a 6 of a good length delivery, you've got to just continue bowling that length, because if your fundamentals are strong, you'll get a good response. In the end, he did after being hit for a couple of 6s. That's short and straight and 4. Well, you did mention Davindra that he's a good player of spin bowling. Here's an example of it. Cashing in on a shorter length and hitting it straight over his head.
Cross-batted slam down the ground. Picks the length very early. Deep mid wicket on the boundary. Long on the boundary on the onside. For a cut to a delivery which didn't come off. Five fours and 3 6s so far in this innings. They bowl differently. The Afghan spinners, they like to bowl rapidly at quicker pace within the stumps. It's a different case when it comes to Bangladeshi spinners. Nicely timed for a single.
Well, he's 6 foot something, Rishad, so he doesn't really have to go flat because his natural loop is good enough. He's got strong wrists, and what he's trying to do is to mix it up. Varies the pace, bowls are googly as well. Not a big spinner of the ball, not a big tweaker, yet he's pretty good with the variations, change of pace and the wrong guns and the leggies. Really, you have to be a brave heart to survive T20 eyes as a leg spinner, which he has done so far in his career. After 10, 69 for one, and a pause for drinks as well.
Well, after winning the toss and put into bat, Afghanistan starting positively. Good response from the batters, from the top order batters. Ibrahim, 37 of 35, has got the start. Gorgeous Kabul. Residential buildings and also roads leading to different locations up in the mountains, Bagman in particular. I would like to go as well. Plenty of highly erected residential buildings and industrial complexes as well. Roads beautifully managed. Full of 90 degree. Just like Jaipur in Rajasthan. And that's where they draw the resilience, the boldness, the aggression. Turns to the onside for a single. They have to start again. Think again about how they want to progress from here onwards for the next 5 overs.
Yeah, very good spread, attacking the stumps on most occasions. Not a big tweaker, but he aims at the stumps, and of late he's had major success. Not a regular with Bangladesh of late, but he's made his presence felt ever since he's come into prominence during the Asia Cup. Limits the angle, actually. He forces them to play that shot because he's got the leg side fully packed up with boundary riders. So he knows the field, he knows the angle, and he hits the leg. He's pretty disciplined. So many things to like about him.
Brilliant. Not quite. He's held on the boundary. Ibrahim cannot believe it. But he's gone. Nasum strikes once again. It's Ibrahim again for Nasum.
You see, he forces the batsman to play to the field that he has set for them. I think they're going to check. But Rishad looked pretty confident and calm claiming that catch. It's a very good catch in the end.
Ibrahim is out for 38. Second wicket down. 71 for 2. Excellent delivery, drawing the batter forward. Lot of discussion in Afghanistan. There has been a lot of talk about bringing the young talent up in the national side just before the World Cup to test different options.
Difficult batting in the middle order if you're making your debut. Let's see whether he reads the situation, backs himself to play that big shot. Got the inside part of the bat. He's off the mark, though. After 11, 72 for 2.
Afghanistan losing a couple of set batters. 72 for 2 after 11 overs. Wafila Tarakhel on his debut is an exciting prospect for Afghanistan. Has done exceptionally well in domestic T20 tournaments. Hits it down the ground, could be caught. He's gone, he's out. Caught on the boundary. Vishad strikes. Spinners are doing great job for Bangladesh. They are jubilant, the Bangladeshi supporters.
Just a little too early in his innings to go for that $1 million shot, 6. He's got to let the world know how talented he is, killing his innings with a bat shot. Leaves the crease very early in the piece for 1, and Afghanistan, a bit of a bother, 3 down for 72.
Bangladesh staging comeback. Spinners doing exceptionally well here. But we should also look out for runs. He's got tremendous talent, but hasn't fired so far in international cricket. Loads of experience around a decade in domestic cricket.
Well, this game needs a lot of respect. And if you do not respect the game, you'll be grounded like that. Second, that was Zadran, and then the newcomer there, Falking, after having played just 2 deliveries. And, well, from all accounts, a young kid with a lot of potential and talent threw away his wicket.
Nicely hit down the ground for a single. Strike rotation. They need to build a partnership once again. The good news for Afghanistan is that he's got runs in the previous game as well. Still Umar Jay, Nabi and Rashid to come, so plenty of batting left. They've got the ability to accelerate in last 4 to 5 overs. They can get around 60, 70 runs in 5 overs, but it's about stabilizing the innings and taking it to the 16th over. Looking to fortify the offside field. 4 men inside the ring on the offside.
Need of partnership, Afghanistan. It's a little too early in the piece, really, for play that shot, take that kind of risk. Yeah, I mean, they wanted him to really continue for a little while more.
Massive, gigantic, it's huge. It's there on the roofs for 6. Tremendous blow. 12 overs gone, 80 for 3 Afghanistan.
Well, runs and wickets coming off the wrist spin. It's often what you get. Krishat Hussain will be disappointed with having drifted a little bit too full, and he's been punished on most occasions. But he has got 2 breakthroughs. This one was right into the hitting slot and punished onto the roof. And they've just got that new net stuck in to protect the main road here at Sharjah. I think this has hit the roof and then maybe run underneath the net onto the road, much to the joy of those Afghan fans. 8 overs remain. Afghanistan in a bit of a sticky position. There's a sense of deja vu from last night. 140, 150. Will it be enough? They'll want a few more if they can get there. They seem to have had problems with the 2 changes in the team for Bangladesh, don't they, Ahmed? Both Shariful Islam and Saifuddin are very, very economical this evening.
Slower cutters into the pitch, and Rahmanullah Gurbaz was completely foxed with that, and spot on, Andrew. The 2 changes have been very handy. Shariful and Saifuddin with the economy of under 3 for Shariful and under 5 for Saifuddin is absolutely amazing.
That really bucks the trend from what we've seen across the course of the last 5 or 6 weeks here. We had a tri-series. Of course, we had that West Indies-Nepal Historic Unity Cup last week. We've tended to see the spinners be going at 9s and 10s, even higher double-digit figures, and the seamers, the other way around. The seamers going at 9s, 10s, 11, and the spinners going at 7s and 8s. So, yeah, bucking that trend tonight. Really good skills from the 2 fresher seamers who've gone well this evening. Oh, no. A cursory appeal, but he's allowed to make defensive his wicket. Was it going to hit it? What do you reckon?
Well, if it was or not, but that panic as a batter, you want to take it away from the wicket. But if you hold it with your handball, that can get you out. And you have the bat in your hand, you might just be able to save your wicket.
Yeah, you're spot on. As they scamper through for a single. Not the second, but Gurbaz is sent back. Probably rightly so. Rasuli had run the whole way through. You see it here. If he's taken his hand to that, he could have got himself into trouble. So good awareness of the laws. A good second shot.
It was a bit of a mix-up running between the wicket between these 2. Them in their first match, and Gurbaz in Darwesh. And Gurbaz ran the run, and Darwish in the last minute responded and got himself run out. You'll tell he sacrificed his wicket. Once again, Gurbaz was up for the second run, and you got it right. He'd run so far ahead, wasn't able to come back. Good call at the end.
Yeah, and he wants to. He's so quick, Gurbaz. He can often get his partner into trouble. Well, this is a place you've been plenty, and I'm looking forward to going one day. Gorgeous part of the world.
Yeah, that's the thing. Looking forward to coming here is what we would want for you, Andrew. Beautiful mountains and wonderful landscape all around the country. You will see so many of such places. And that nature is just breathtaking, isn't it?
So many different terrains there as well, it feels like, in Afghanistan. Of course, hosting this series here in Sharjah, home away from home for them. 13 bowled, 83 for 3. Fascinating period of the game here. Afghanistan will not want the 150 they made last night. They'll want more than that, and they've batting to come with all of those right-handed all-rounders. Such depth for Afghanistan because of Azmatul Ahmadzai, Mohammad Nabi, who was in great touch last night, and Rashid Khan. I often think that's a bit too low.
Yeah, because any batter you send up front and can waste a couple of deliveries, and Rashid will cash those out. So you might just want Rashid sometimes a little up the order to see how many more he can run.
Get home for the single. But Gurbaz is cutting a frustrated figure. He knows that they're a little behind where they would like to be.
You can see that on your screen. 170 is the average first inning total, and that they will have done their homework. It's just they're a little while earlier, Andrew. And
Big hits. That's a really good strike from Rasuli. He was unlucky yesterday evening. It's an area of the ground that's so often targeted here, out towards the main road. And right out of the screws, another big blow. Sits with the angle so well here, Ahmed.
well, he is a big hitter. Look back into his under-19 days, he had the record until last year for 10 sixes in a match in the under-19 Asia Cup. And just last year, he was equaled by a Pakistani, Shahzaid Khan, 10 sixes against India. And while we're talking about some big sixes, look at this absolute beauty. I believe this is the north part of Afghanistan, where you see big rangeland and beautiful mountains, mule, sheep, cows, and a beautiful sight to watch.
It's absolutely pristine, doesn't it? Completely untouched. Gorgeous scenes. Again, that lovely varied colours, plenty of greenery, and then the big mountains behind. Back here now to Sharjah. Nasim Ahmed is all set. And pumped over the offside, but straight to the man who takes a very good catch. Parvez Hussein Iman has judged that really well, and he's made it look easy. And it's another Afghan batter, not for the first time this series, to hit 6 and get out the next ball.
I think it was the excellence in the field and the awareness of where he was. Shot was on, he played it well, but Iman was absolutely outstanding. He kept his eye on the ball, and it's a beautiful catch. And that is sent a very dangerous looking Darwish Rasuli back in the dugout after hitting 2 sixes, scoring 14 of 9. Afghanistan lose their fourth, or 90-4.
Afghanistan continue to get themselves into a spot of bother here. Another wicket falls. It's Rasuli who is replaced by Armitsai. And again, recently, across the course of the last 6 weeks, Afghanistan are putting fierce pressure onto their lower middle order. This is an exceptional catch. He's made it look so easy.
Well, the shot was on. I believe Darvish Rasuli for a moment was stunned. And Imon has done absolutely everything right about that. Running hard, keeping the eye on the ball, and collecting it safely. How important are the catches in the match? And they say it for a reason: hold the catch, hold the match. Catches win you matches, and it is, because you drop the chance of a batter like Darvish Rasuli, and he can hit you for other big shots and can take the game away from you.
So important. You're spot on. You think about that Farid Malik drop last night. Not saying it would have necessarily changed the result, but it would have changed the momentum. 14 bowled, 92 for 4. That was one of 2 drops in the over for Afghanistan. And then if you look further into the innings, such a critical drop to Sharafuddin Ashraf off his own bowling. That was Rashad Hussain, and then Bangladesh recovered enough to get home by 4 wickets. He's talking about the struggles that they've been having in the middle order. This is inside of your kind of big 3 at the top. But of the full members that we've picked for this graphic, in T20 cricket, no one's struggling more than Afghanistan this year, number 4 to 7.
That's the other way to put it. You're leading all the way from the last. Afghanistan, that is a critical matter. 17 the average, and they will have to tackle this problem because in the 2024 World Cup as well.
Long way over the offside and a long way back. Afghanistan continue to attack, and they're continuing to take a liking to Rashad Hussain, who's going around the park. Big hit for 6.
Even in the last match, Gurbaz, 2 times he came in for the very first ball. He hit him for a 6. He's continuing that trend. Rashad, the kind of bowler he is, he invites the batters to take him on. And Gurbaz says, I'll take you on for 86, need a 6. That's a big shot. Just continuing on that middle order problem. Afghanistan in 2024 World Cup 2, look at that issue as being one main problem. They have to seriously consider how they can tackle it. That's the reason why Darvish Rasuli was brought in.
They do have cricket to come. We've just seen the Tour of Zimbabwe announcement. They've played so much over the last decade or so. The Test match, but also crucially some T20s. Then there'll be a tri-series, I believe, in Pakistan in November, where Sri Lanka will join the hosts and Afghanistan. But they don't have a huge amount of time. They have plenty of games to work out their best combinations for India and Sri Lanka in February. You think about Gulbadin Naib, who's been left out here, Kareem Janat, who's also been left out of the most recent squad. I think what they're looking for is just to assess the depth and where else they might go. There's every chance they'll turn back to their experience too as the 100 comes up.
Yeah, well, there were likes of Najibullah Zadran in the past who would play that role of a finisher. I'm sure against the same opposition, Bangladesh in the Asia Cup, chasing down 127, it was Najibullah Zadran who then pulled that off out of nowhere, hit 5 6s. It's a kind of a batter that you will want in the middle order that can strike well and has a good average.
I agree with you. I think they miss him. The fact that he was left-handed, such a good fielder as well. He was exceptional in the field.
Again, you talk about exceptional, talk about the exceptional beauty of Afghanistan. That landfall has actually my heart falling for it. You see it, the more you want to see it. Really, the nature is absolutely outstanding in Afghanistan. I love it the way you said it, untapped.
You had Farvez Maharouf join you there, I believe, for the Spagiza League this year. I was trying to get out for it, I wasn't able to, but I heard big success and great crowds, really, really huge crowds packing the stadium there in Kabul.
And you got to be ready for eating a lot of meat there, some kebab, and the love and hospitality is amazing.
That sounds fine. I'm good with that. Very happy to do that.
I thought you'd be a little careful with your figure.
Well, if you're offering me a little bit of meat, I'm not going to say no. I promise you. We've got to get to Afghanistan one day. Beautiful part of the world. Andrew Leonard here, the main man himself. Ahmed Fadai, 100 for 4. Where do they want to get to, mate?
Again, 160 is what they should be looking at. 1060, 65 would be a good score on this wicket. Remember, Bangladesh have won the toss. They think that it'll be a better wicket later on. But on the point earlier, Afghanistan, you are always welcome, Andrew.
We've got a saying back in Ireland, Cade Mila Fulcha, which means the land of 100,000 welcomes. Maybe it's the land of 1,000,000 welcomes there in Afghanistan, because everyone keeps inviting me along. Can't wait to be there. Beauty, sharp turn. There will be two men in blue licking their lips, Rashid Khan and Noor Ahmed going, we like the looks of that.
And Mujib Zadran is in the side today with the new ball. He can be a handful.
Helped into the deep and into a vacant pocket, and very well held by one of our Sharjah ground staff too. A deep breath from Gurbaz. He knows his return to form is so important for his nation.
He is. He was the leading run scorer in the 2024 World Cup. And what a catch. You got to hold on to it no matter where. If it's not in your palms, you might just have it in your wrists. Don't do it watching it live. But the good thing is he held on to it. Flat 6. It's a wonderful shot, isn't it?
Oh, a real beauty. And a very interested skipper behind the stumps. And we will go upstairs to check for the stumping. Jacker Ali's convinced. Let's find out.
We have a umpire review for stumping. I have checked the feet is fair delivery. Give me side on angle. His feet is outside, just inside the crease. Roll forward. Okay, satisfied. His ground is his feet inside. My decision for big screen.
Good dexterity from Gurbaz. It's 106 for 4.
And last over went for 14 runs. And that brings the equation to 106. Shah Hussain has taken wickets, but 45 runs. Do you want to trade off 2 wickets for 45? That's going to be a little handy.
Big final 5 overs. These 5 will be critical for Afghanistan's chances of squaring the series. I think they probably need to go at in excess of 10s. 165, 170 is what Ramiz Raja spoke about at the toss. They can even get 160. I think with their spinners, they'll have a good chance.
Yeah, well, in the last match, they scored 95 and gave away 6 wickets. And they have got themselves wickets. And these two out in the middle can do it.
Picked up a long way into the night sky. It's been a favourite zone this evening. Another one on the road. I'm not sure that retaining net is doing its job as Armatai comes to the party now.
Neither are the bowlers that they did, Mustafizur. And that was right into his hitting arc. He loves hitting it towards the leg side. 87 meters that. Out on the road. That is, watch out if you are driving here at UAE.
Thinking with that replay, that's bounced off the tarmac and gone up into the sky, probably over onto the far side of the road. Someone commuting home from Dubai this evening might have had an unpleasant surprise. brand new Kookaburra ball coming their direction. Better length from Mustafizer.
Well, it's the fitness of these two players to that batter's quick run taken. Look at that shot into his arc, and Azmatullah Omarzai, the kind of form he's recently been in, and just jumps out. Joy of the Afghan fan out here in the medal tells you the story.
Really good atmosphere building up. We didn't have the biggest crowd last night, but we've got a much healthier one on Friday. Many will have a half day. Many will have taken the full day off and they've come to enjoy here in Sharjah. 150 plus they're on track for. If they can finish well, as Gurbaz will no doubt want the second. He's so quick between the wickets, he'll cash in on the slight fumble out at deep cover.
Well, that fitness, running between the wicket, running hard, then knowing if there is an opportunity. Let's have a look at that six once again and where exactly the ball went following it. Yeah.
Good piece of driving. Ignore the flying white objects, the UFOs flying into the night sky in Sharjah. Great strike.
Wide.
Yeah, wide, says Ramanullah Gurbaz. Don't think so. It's not his decision to choose that at square leg or standing, and I think on both counts it was a good piece of bowling.
Yeah, well, they want to score as many as they can. Probably is asking the question for the height, but you're right. It's the umpire who makes a decision, and that is a fair decision out there in the middle by the on-field umpire. 9 runs off their over. Last ball to be bowled.
I think this is going to fall safely. Goes over the head of the cover fielder and he'll scamper back for a couple. 117 for 4.
Afghanistan, they got this striking power. Two excellent strikes of the cricket ball in the middle at the moment. 117 for 4. Can they take to 155, 160 on a surface where there is some grip and turn available for the spin bowlers? Group is well set on 30 of 21. Omarzai, 27 of just 15 deliveries in great form. Opportunity for two match winners to break the game open for the side. In the commentary box, I'm Devendra. With me is Parviz Maroof.
Mustafizur Rahman is someone that bowls very economically. When he's bowled 2 overs 24, shows one thing, that the pitch has been playing really well. Here comes Shariful coming round the wicket to Omarzai.
Just a single. It's always a challenge for fast bowlers to bowl in the death overs against two high-quality batters.
Shariful Islam very impressive with the new ball. 3.1 overs at the moment, 9 runs, but he'll have his work cut out with Omarzai and Gurbaz striking the ball very well. One of the boundary options for Gurbaz. Having over extra cover straight down the ground, little cheeky scoop. These are the 5 overs we spoke about. We'll come back to that graphic after this delivery.
Knocks him over. Chance shattered. Shariful striking for Bangladesh. The partnership has been broken. And it's a well set man. Gurbaz is back in the pavilion. Celebration time for Bangladesh.
A perfect Yorker. Hint of movement away. Gurbaz probably was trying to go straight down the ground. It would have been a better option to go extra cover. Taking nothing away from Shariful. He's been excellent, rewarded with the big wicket of Gurbaz. It's gone for 30. It's 180 for 5.
The gorgeous looking Sharjah Cricket Stadium is hosting the second T20 of the three T20I series between Afghanistan and Bangladesh. Mohammad Nabi comes to the crease. Mr. President, with loads of experience, 141 matches, 16 years of international cricket. Wants a run, will take a single, will be off the mark as well.
But lately, most important wicket has been Mohammad Nabi with the form he's been in. This was a perfect Yorker. Shariful Islam, right throughout the day, he's been hitting the length pretty well. That was the back of the length that I was talking about with the new ball. The older ball, bullseye. Hint of movement away from Gurbaz. Mohammad Nabi is going to be important here. He's the most experienced. He's been in good form lately from the Asia Cup onwards. He'll hold the key if Afghanistan to get 160. Or probably not. That's another good Yorker. Coming round the wicket, nailing the Yorkers here, Shariful.
Always tough ask to execute the Yorker. In situations where batters are looking to get boundaries, these are the lengths that he's been operating with.
Yeah, back of the length with his height. Extra bounce even on a pitch which hardly has any grass to speak about. Excellent. Making a comeback into the side. Did not play the first game, but that's how you make a comeback, and with a statement.
Locks it over. He's mixing up his length beautifully.
38 of 25 from the last game, Mohammad Nabi. Excellent hits through the offside, peppered the mid-wicket area. And he'll probably take 3-4 deliveries to get himself in. And I think he should do that. Give himself a chance by allowing a little time. Excellent economy rate, 3.13. In Sharjah, in a batting paradise, you can't ask any more from a fast bowler who's bowling in the power play as well as in the death overs.
Another terrific delivery. Brilliant spell. Outstanding spell from Sariful. 1 for 14 in 4 overs. Excellent spells from Sariful and Nasoom. 1 for 13 in just 4 overs. In the death overs as well as 3 overs in the power play. Outstanding. And Nasoom 2 for 25. Once again successful. Particularly getting the wicket of Ibrahim. None for 24 in 2 overs. Mustafizur.
Yeah, 2025, there have been 14 games at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium, international games. And the death overs is the most productive, batting first, 11.11. A pass score is 172. And the middle overs where the spinners will come into play. Power play has not been the most rosiest for the opening batters. But death overs is where the sides that kept wickets at the latter overs have bounced on. And this is where Umar Zai and Mohammad Nabi, their experience can capitalize. But that's an excellent delivery by Mustafiz. A cutter away from the right-hander. Certainly the challenge would be for the right-handers. The one that puts his balls into the pitch and going away. It's not going to be easy to hit it towards the mid-wicket. It's just a 62-meter hit since the ball is turning away, unless the ball is quite full.
And very difficult to judge. He's very deceptive with execution of his slower deliveries. Pulled just a single to the men on the boundary at deep mid-wicket. Runs hard to come by. Afghanistan searching for at least 140.
Both Umar Zai and Mohammad Nabi is targeting the leg side. 38 of 25 yesterday. Massive hit straight down the ground. Over extra cover, flat and long against Taskin. Full toss over mid-wicket. That went out of the park. Slower ball, picked up it early and dispatches over square leg. Some excellent hitting by Nabi.
Gets it over and away towards the boundary. Brilliant work once again on the boundary on the offside.
Certainly the fielding efforts of Bangladesh since yesterday got to be applauded. That was excellent by Shamim Hussain. Certainly had four runs written all over it. Certainly saved a couple of runs there. Excellent by Bangladesh.
Great commitment. The fielding has been outstanding in the last 1 year for Bangladesh, along with some good batting at the top order. Pace bowling has always been excellent. Almost chopping it on that onto the stumps to a delivery which did not come up. Slower delivery once again.
Wow, what an over by Fizz. Just the 4 runs in 5 deliveries, bowling the 18th over. All the experience playing international cricket, league cricket all over the world for a longer time. He's coming up with goods. Can he finish strong? The last ball coming up. Since last boundary, 15 deliveries. So slowly but surely, Bangladesh are definitely putting it back.
Azmatullah will be aiming extra cover. Locks it. Man on the boundary. Drop. We'll go back for the second. Imran dropping on the boundary at long off. Was in the air for a long, long time.
Drop catch. And with that, couple of runs brings up the 18th over to end. And Imran drops the catch. It's 128 for 5.
Missing, trying to hike it through the onside. Nabi and Umarzai with the ability, but hard to get those boundaries away.
A drop chance, last ball of the previous over. Slow ball into the pitch. Almost like a tennis forehand being attempted by Umarzai. Parvez Hossain Imran was being quite good in the field. Never looked comfortable. Didn't touch it. Umarzai has been dropped. Very good first delivery by Saifuddin. Aiming the stumps.
Shot and pulled powerfully. Away to defense. 6.
That was a powerful hit by Mohammad Nabi. A slow ball into the pitch attempted by Mohammad Saifuddin, set up beautifully. And the form that Mohammad Nabi has been in the last couple of months or so, that was just put away with ease. I think with Nabi, better off bowling it nice and full, just like the first delivery. I think when I asked Nabi if he wants to go down the track, do that rather than bowling half strikers and expecting to be get away.
Likes to hit over extra cover as well. So turning in around the leg stump, will collect a single.
Hint of reverse swing, I think. The ball was swinging back into the right-hander. Always Saifuddin will find any reverse swing possible with a lovely seam position. 5 fours, 9 sixes. It's raining sixes in Sharjah. Same pitch from yesterday, but I've just have this feeling it's just holding up pretty well. 135 for 5 with 9 deliveries remaining. Afghanistan will be hoping somehow to get 150 minimum. Good Yorker, right on the money again.
Afghanistan kept losing wickets at a time and they were building along. That's why they're finding it very difficult to get that kick that was required. Yes, exceptional bowling from Bangladeshi bowlers. Very skillful, and they've been brilliant when it comes to execution of the strokes, execution of the deliveries. Just make a change in the field. Men from the sweeper on the offside coming inside the 30-yard ring. 4 on the offside. Another fantastic delivery.
A good Yorker. That's better. You have the ability to nail the Yorker like that. Why go short? Bowling up against Mohammad Nabi. And thrice he has pitched 4. It's got away. And almost clean Omar Zai with that throw, Jakar Ali. Omar Zai is not happy. Don't think it was deliberate by Jakar. But certainly no damage done in the end. Just got the confirmation. 17 sixes in the last game, and already in this game we have 9. Pretty sure it will become pretty close with the pitch behaving the way it is.
Another fantastic delivery. Great Yorker, following the better. 19 gone. Afghanistan 137 for 5.
Shariful and Saifuddin, who's making a comeback into the side, have combined bowl 8 overs, 35 runs given away, and picked up 1 wicket. That's how we do it when you get a chance to place in Taskin, and Tanzi was exceptional for a very long time. He bowled well in the last game as well. You reap the rewards by bowling well and bowling aggressively. Good to see. Here comes Muz.
Locks it down the ground. Just a single. Frustration for Afghanistan. They're not getting the boundaries.
Showing all his experience here, Fizz. Bowling outside the yaw stump, understanding that Nabi is targeting the mid-wicket area. Probably would have better option. Nabi can go extra cover with the angle that Fizz is creating way outside the yaw stump, and also with the cutter in his armory. Deep square, like deep mid-wicket, long on, long off, and sweeper cover the 5 fielders patrolling the boundary.
Pace on. He's mixing up his pace nicely.
Missed out there. Omar Zai knows it. There was pace on. It was, the length was right. Back of the length. Idea was right. Targeting the short mid-wicket boundary. Omar Zai somehow manages to miss it. That was the last over. 141. Was the fastest delivery. That was cut at 124. Slow ball bouncer to a good pass, which was 123. Showing his entire repertoire of his and showing his experience.
Again, not getting the timing.
What an over. 3 deliveries and only 2 runs being scored. Afghanistan will be hoping for a psychological mark to somehow get to 150. They've got 3 deliveries remaining. Can they score 11 runs? I think they have the right man at the strikers end in Mohammad Nabi. Pretty sure Fizz will bowl either the wide Yorker or the cutter into the pitch outside the yaw stump.
Short third. They've got a point. Into the pitch, over the top of extra. And a wedge to defence for 4.
That was powerfully hit by Nabi again. Slow ball into the pitch as we expected by Fizz outside the yaw stump. On this occasion, Mohammad Nabi was in a better position, covering his all entire stumps. And a flat bat. Fielder at long off. Thought for a couple of seconds that he's in the game. Was always going away from him. Excellent hit.
Couple of more lusty hits. Oh, brilliant. Excellent delivery once again.
Jakar Ali, I think, heard something, probably unread, and he has gone upstairs. We're going to have a TV umpire review.
TV umpire to director. We have play review for caught behind. On field decision is not out. I have checked the feet. It's fair delivery. Start with front on first. Front on is coming. Is near to the bat ball. Can we confirm by outrage? Outrage is building, guys. Roll forward, okay. There is gap between ball and bat. No spikes in the middle. Okay. Go forward, forward. Forward. Okay. Satisfied. Stay with your original decision. Stand by, Durrani. You're on screen signal now. Thank you. Thank you.
Review taken. Review wasted. Last delivery of the innings.
Why not use it? Just the last delivery.
He has found the gap through the onside and has picked up the boundary as well. Boundary to finish the first innings, 147 for 5 in 20 overs. Afghanistan, after getting off to a positive start.
The last delivery was a good Yorker, and I thought Mustafiz was very unlucky that the ball went to boundary towards fine leg. And certainly Nabi, the form he's been in, he deserves a bit of luck. Finishes with a flourish. Couple of bounds in the last over. 147 for 5. Probably, in my opinion, about 10 to 15 runs short. Got to give the applause for the Bangladesh side in the middle overs and in the power play. They were quite dominant. But in the end, I think we certainly have a game in hand. Spinners of Afghanistan and the positive batters of Bangladesh will make it an even interesting contest.
Yeah, riveting battle ahead of us in the second innings. World-class spinners against quality batters at the top of the order for Bangladesh. They won the toss. They decided to bowl first. Ibrahim, 38 of 37, not quite getting the acceleration that was needed at the top of the order. Gurbaz, 30 of 22. Siddiq also getting his start, but not converting into significant innings. 20 of 12. And Mohammad Nabi, 147 for 5.
Five bowlers used by Bangladesh. Shariful was excellent in the power play, bowled 3 overs. He finished with 1 for 13. Saifuddin was very good too. No wickets to show, but he was exceptional, especially in the middle overs and the death overs. Rishad bowled a couple of wickets, but he went for plenty of runs, 45, as well as Mustafiz, the 2 experienced men going for runs. And Nasum, as he always does, bowls is steady. went 2 for 25 in his 4 overs.
So Nasoom getting 2 for 25 shorted from the fast bowlers and spinners making impression on this pitch. Time for reflection on the first innings. Mushtaq Ahmed will be interviewed by Andrew.
Mustaq, thanks so much for joining us. Talk to me about your spinners out there. This is a ground you obviously know very well. What was your advice to them?
I think, Bismillah Rahman Rahim, first of all, you got to show a great temperament, especially on this ground, because small ground, a margin of error is very less for you as a spinner. So I believe, it's very important to look for get wickets. But having said that, you got to ball into the pitch and bowling 6 to 7 meters. And according to, the plans we have, ball stumps to stumps and vary your pace. I think that's the best things you can do.
Can I ask you about the leg spinner first, Rashad Hussain? He's so talented, he's got so much potential, and he was getting plenty to turn quite a bit, but there was also a few big sixes hit against him. Is that just a byproduct of the modern game?
I think the great things, I can see one thing, because when he goes for 6, next ball he is not hesitate to bowl a fuller and bowling like 6 to 5 meters, I would say. So I can see the great temperament in him. So he's improving. He understands the process now. So I think basics and process, if we can understand that under pressure more, I think he will be very lethal.
Just a quick word on your other spinner. Nasoom's had a really good time of things of late as well.
I think he's very cunning and he's very smart. He varies his pace and understand the batsman, what he's doing it. So I think in power play, I think he's been doing so marvelous job for us.
Confidence at 2-0?
I hope so, inshallah.
Okay, best of luck this evening.
Thank you.
Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So Mushtaq Ahmed showing confidence of getting there, and that's how we explore the different parts of the ground, right and left in combination at the top of the order. Siddiq was looking good, managed a couple of sixes, then held on the boundary, trying to play too many shots.